Hey y'all, welcome back. I know it's been a minute. I'm just gonna set up the recorder as I talk to y'all. So it's Life's Mess Podcast. You know me, Jared. For anybody that's finding this new because I haven't uploaded in a month, apologies because I haven't uploaded in a month. And two, name's Jared, 20 years old. I started this podcast in December of 2021. I was working in a factory called Weaver Leather, listening to Joe Rogan every single day, and it was freaking wonderful. I am now a single boy, nerd, big old nerd. Me and my buddy Mason and Alex, big nerds. Those two guys are on the podcast a lot. I try and upload at least once a week. It's just been a busy few weeks, so I'm going to talk about that, obviously. Yeah, so I hope you guys have all been doing good. Check. The heck? Oh, let me put this thing on off. Hello. All right, here we go. There we go. Hello. Welcome back to Life's Mess Podcast. Gotta hit it twice for that, listeners only. You can find the whole spiel I just said on the audio or the video podcast. So guys, I'm sorry. It's been a whole month, but it's been a busy month. So I think the last time I was on was with Mason and Ryan and Alex. That was about a month ago. Since then I'm now about a month single. Doing all right with that. Still doing okay with my job, learning a lot from Al the plumber. Excuse me. For those first time listeners, you know I work at Clayzak Construction. It's a kitchen and bathroom remodeling company. We build our own cabinets. We do our own electrical work, all kinds of fun stuff like that. But been busy there, pretty busy. I lived out that college life for a solid weekend at a shitty college. You know who you are. I'll talk about it later. Went on vacation. Went to Myrtle Beach for a weekend. That was last weekend. Oh boy. What else have I done? Just been chilling out. It's really hard trying to regain your interest in the ways that you used to spend your time after you're done spending your time the same way all the time, if that doesn't make any sense. So after before me and Maria started dating, just doing my own thing, and then started doing that thing with her all the time, and so interests change and stuff like that. So now I'm trying to find ways to enjoy my own time again. I guess I should apologize just for the fact, I did not upload for a whole month. That's on me. I did not feel like recording one on my own, because honestly, these episodes where I'm by myself did not perform well. And so I was like, well, that's not the move. That's logical. And I didn't feel like inviting anybody on the pod, which got 2 people lined up on Saturday here. It'll probably be 3-person pod then, but it'll be my buddy Nick Slayton, his first time on the pod, and then I'll have Alex and Jordan. Been a while since Jordan's been on, not that long since Alex been on. What else has been going on? The Queen died. I don't remember if that was the last episode or not. Hopefully she got that last hit of Dr. Pepper. She's like, dying. And then just got that last bit, I feel like there's been some crazy stuff that's happened at work that I just don't remember. See, I got lit up with water before the last episode. Turned the pipe the wrong way. I changed the toilet by myself. I'm pretty sure that was before the last episode, but it took me 2 tries because somebody, my boss, he had gotten me a 12-inch rough toilet, which is the drain that all your poop goes down into. It's 12 inches off the wall. Well, the house I was changing the toilet in was a 10-inch rough. So that really blew. Been doing a lot more stuff by myself. Did some HVAC. Yeah. Having company breakfast tomorrow. That is money as hell. I don't care what anybody says. Super excited for freaking free breakfast. And I get to hang out with all my friends. Yeah, it's exciting. What else is going on? Bought that new Razor Crest Lego. It's like you ultimate collectors. It's giant. I've got it sitting right there, but I'm not gonna get it. I decided to start building a thing that holds stuff. A shelf. Anyways, yeah, I'm building a shelf. It's gonna house my old mini fridge because my new one's over there. Got it half off at Lowe's. Nothing wrong with it. I don't know what was wrong with it. Somebody gave it back and they gave it to me half off. I already sticker bombed it. I'm pretty happy with that sticker bomb. It's definitely my best work yet. Yeah, there's like an art to it. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Yeah, I got my little green plastic like drawers, my mini fridge, my old mini fridge, and then I'm gonna have a spot for my shoes. Bought a new pair of shoes for longboarding. I got my NMDs, my green Adidas, my Vans, and I'll have my slides in there somewhere. And that's gonna have a little shelf area, so that'll be really cool. It's gonna take up more space in my room, make it feel super crowded, but it is what it is, you know. You just gotta do what you gotta do. I wanted a place to put my shoes because I was mad at my dad for throwing them in the hall seat. So I'm just gonna keep them in my room now, you know. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Speaking of my dad, he asked me to do a commercial for him. So SF Custom Guns, aka Dave Hummer, my dad, he wants me to, or he's builds guns. He does custom guns. You can check him out on Instagram at SF Custom Guns. He has some stock in. He's got 2 fully made AR-15s. I think they're 5.56. One's in tan. One's in OD green. I believe he's gonna put optics on it yet, but I'm not sure. But if you're interested, you can contact him at davehummer1911@yahoo.com. Or you can DM me on Instagram. I don't think he knows how to check his requests on Instagram. I try and check that every now and then. But if you wanted to get in touch with him, either reach to me or on his email. But they're good guns, fully custom, something you can't buy in a store unless you bought the parts. But you do have to be 21 or have somebody that's 21 that you can sign, or that they can sign to own the gun. But that's about it. So if you guys are interested, reach out to one of us. But the world's kind of crazy right now. I saw a thing that the United States bought a bunch of radiation sickness medicine, which is not good. I know Russia's been threatening stuff. But I'm also like, you know what? I'm kind of sick of everything. Let's go for it. I want to go live off the grid anyway. As long as I can get a dog. Dude, I want a dog. I just want somebody to love me unconditionally. I guess that's my mom and my dad too, but what else has been going on? I'm trying to think, because that was a long time ago. So the college I went to was Muskingum University. It's Mason's college. Dorms suck booty cheeks. At least Mason's dorm does. You know the worst part? No hate on, I think it was Justin. I'm sorry if you watch this and I forgot your name, but I did. But no hate on that guy. He was an absolute awesome dude. He found a way to crash on his frat's couch, or the frat guy accepted in his couch, so I could sleep in a bed and Mason could also sleep in a bed. But we were planning, he had no roommate. The day before I came down, gets a roommate. So that sucks for him, for Mason, because he was vibing with that non-roommate life. But he's making friends. That guy, his roommate's cool. He's got a friend named Zach. And then we've also got the friend named Zach down here. So that was confusing because he was just like, yeah, Zach. And I'm like, which Zach? And he was like, oh, the one up here. I'm like, oh, okay. But, I mean, it's a pretty cool little college town. It's nice and it's a pretty campus. About 15, 20 minutes away from two bigger, like, cities, like Worcester-sized cities for you Apple Creek people. College life is not for me, though. At least not at Muskingum. Like, it was cool, but I would hate it there. Nobody was, like, super friendly. They were all athletes, which that has nothing to do with it, but they had, like, a, ooh, aura to them, you know, like, the kind of, like, I'm better than you attitude. This is going to sound douchey as hell. There were no attractive ladies there. None. Like, you know that, where there's, like, they're super skinny? Or, like, not fat, but just overweight, and you're like, I mean, take that as you will. But there's no like happy medium in between on one side or the other in that blue. But there weren't that many attractive ladies. I say that like I'm a bachelor. Literally on vacation, we get down there, we're at this place called Broadway at the beach. And we're walking down the thing because we were trying to go to Wahlburgers, which was okay. And this lady, this young, attractive blonde stops us and she's like, hey, you guys want coupons? I'm like, bet? Me having just drove like 10 hours, completely zoned out. My friends all antisocial people that can't speak. Being Colin, who doesn't talk on this podcast because he can hear himself and he hates it. 2, P-Mill, who doesn't talk on this podcast because he's antisocial. I'm calling you guys out right now. Grayson, P-Mill's brother, who is just Grayson. And Garrett, who's just like, who? Not really. He's pretty smart, but I think he was just uncomfortable. Either way, she was attractive, and then like all the guys were like, dude, she's flirting with you afterwards. And I'm like, for starters, that's her job, is just to like grab our attention and get us to take stuff. Secondly, I had no game, but I also made her laugh, so that was a win. But at the same time, it's like, at what cost? Because I looked like a retard. Not really. She like was trying to take a rubber band off and off these cards, and then she broke it. And I'm like, dude, you're just like freaking jacked breaking that rubber band like that. And she chuckled. I have no game. But then they kept egging me on, and I started like overthinking it. And then I was like, you know what? No, that's her job to do what she did. Then we had some attractive waitresses, but it's like you can't talk to people that are at work. That's just weird. Yeah, we stayed at an Airbnb in North Myrtle Beach. I know Myrtle Beach, at least for me, it's like it's okay. Like it's an okay area. It's definitely a vacation destination, but it's not bad, you know. For a weekend vacation, it's a decent drive. Got good food, some activities to do. Like we played mini golf like 6 times, but it was a blast. You know, bought some stuff. That's where I bought my Vans. I got another set of Bones Swiss bearings. So whenever I get another board or I'm gonna swap out my bearings on one of my boards, I got some good bearings. I got them for like 50% of what the price I got them for on Amazon. So if anybody wants Bones Swiss ceramic bearings, go to Zoomies.com. See, I haven't checked yet, but I got them at a Zoomies store and they were $90. I paid $150 or $160. Got some cool t-shirts. But yeah, we ate out a lot. Airbnb we stayed at was honestly not that great. Like it was run down. If it was upkept, it would have been nice, but it was very run down. We saw La Cucaracha, and for me, Espanol no sprechen Sie friends. I know that was like 3 different languages. That means cockroach, and it was disgusting. Because then we were all like, it was on the second night too. So we had to sleep in there that night and one more night before we left. And it was just kind of like, ew. Wonder how many are in here then. So that happened. I figured out that it really sucks when you're a driver at 4:45 in the morning and everybody falls asleep. it's really hard to stay awake. But I did it. And then I finally found a place to eat because I was so hungry. I got 2 Wendy's sandwiches. That was so good. What else has been going on? It's finally starting to get into fall, and fall's the best season ever. I don't care what anybody says, and I will fight you on that, even if I'll lose. Because it's like, you're finally getting to that stage where you can wear a jacket with shorts, or wear jeans or sweats with a t-shirt on. That's just the best weather. Or like just a long sleeve shirt. I love it. Went longboarding last night, and it was a great fall night to longboard. Sorry, I'm like really stuffy. When we went down to Myrtle, I got stuffy all of a sudden, and then now that I'm back up here, it's hitting me again. So that's great. Another person I reached out to come on the pod is Nick Slayton. Not Slayton, Sigler. I think he has a good story. So at some point I'll have him on. EA, if you're listening to this, my dude, I need to reach out again because I'd still like to have you on the pod. It just keeps not working out. I know P5, he's gonna be a trainer here soon. He got his degree, certificate. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to call it. But he wants to come back on after he starts doing that, I think. So him and Colin will probably be on together. Got that 1-year anniversary episode coming up soon. So I'll probably have, I don't know, I'll have somebody on. Probably Alex. Just me and Alex. We haven't done one just me and him in a while. I don't think we've done one just me and him since that episode. That was a good episode too. Like, for the starting episode, I really interviewed him. And like, because we were both good friends, it worked out because he's comfortable with me. I'm comfortable hanging out with him. He's comfortable with the stories. I wish he would have talked about his job more because his job's crazy weird. Just crazy. I'm trying to think. I went through a lot of topics very fast, and it was not good. Back in the day when the Queen died, we definitely talked about this, but like, it would have been a period of revolutions and all kinds of crazy stuff. And like, so William is the prince, and he would have killed, William is the Prince of Wales now. He would have killed his uncle. I think it was his uncle. Whoever he is to him, he would have killed that guy, killed the current king, and taken that. And then Harry would have been like, pulls out the Glock. William, it's time to die or go to prison for the rest of your life. After I kill both your kids. And yeah, so Harry would end up probably being the successor unless William stops him somehow. Can we bring that back? It'd be kind of cool. Periods of unrest would be crazy. It'd be kind of cool. I've definitely felt more myself since me and Mary broke up. So, I mean, that's good. Just more open, or my mind's just been clearer. A little bit more empty. Like that Juice WRLD song. I'm just so empty. You guys fill in the blanks. Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of true. Just kind of sucks. The whole not knowing how to spend my time thing is really where it's at. But since then, I finished Game of Thrones. I started watching Supernatural again. I'm blasted through like a half season, so I'm really watching that. I feel like I'm closer with my friends again. All in all, it was for the best. Still sucks, but if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But Game of Thrones. So I thought the last season was pretty good until the last episode. For those of you that haven't watched it yet, that's on you. If I would have got it spoiled, okay, it is what it is. You probably would have forgotten by the time that the end comes around, but So I'm gonna talk about it. You know, I thought it was good. Spoiler, just spoilers now. You can skip ahead however you want to. I'm not gonna put it in the description. I'm sorry. But so at the beginning of the episode, I'm trying to think. Also burping. At the beginning of the episode, Jon kills Daenerys, which was sad, but it needed to happen, and it was great that it was Jon the one that was the one that did it. And after that, I thought soon he gets arrested. It was really cool how the dragon melted the Iron Throne too, because it's like it's pointless. But after that, Jon gets arrested by Grey Worm, and all of a sudden, Grey Worm has all this power, even though he's like, dude, you're in no position of power. You stand on a city of ashes. Your queen is dead. Whatever they're called, the Dothraki they just disappear. They're not there anymore. We don't know what happened to them. You know, I thought they all died at the Battle of Winterfell in the Long Night. So, whatever the heck happened to that. And yeah, so I don't understand how Grey Worm shouldn't have had power. He should have been immediately. They would have surrendered. They would have had to have surrendered. But you know, it is what it is. I don't understand why he had power. I thought it was bullshit that they sent Jon back to the Wall. Because like again, frick Grey Worm. Nobody cares about you, dude. Your girlfriend died. Your queen died. Your friends died. They're all dead. And you went insane. You had a vendetta, even though that's not what you needed. So, you know, it's you have no power. That drove me nuts, because it's like he didn't sit in a position of power, but yet he made demands and was running the city. It's like, no, you don't run the city. Go in there and whoop his ass. You know, Sansa or anybody. And pretty much, I think, so Bran ended up being king. He was crippled. He was the three-eyed raven, so he knew, like, the past, present, future. No, not the future, but the past and the present. And, you know, I think that was okay. I think it was probably good. I liked Tyrion's theory on that. But I would have preferred for Jon to be king. He was a natural leader. He didn't want the position, but he would have been good at it. Bran has no experience leading, personally. Like, he can go back in time and look at it, but that's not going to actually help. People aren't going to rally behind him. He looks like a weak leader because he's a freaking cripple. Nothing against cripples, but my point stands. And then they just send Jon to the Wall. Which, I mean, I'm glad that he reunited with his buddy, Tormund. Because I liked Tormund, except for the fact that he was a drunk skunk with love for Brienne of Tarth. Lady Brienne. I liked that Gendry became a lord. Podrick became a knight. That was cool. Podrick was one of my favorite characters. Don't ask me why. But yeah, I liked that the North stayed its independent nation. That was cool. But it was bullshit the way that they just kind of dispersed that a little bit. Like, if they could have done that any differently, like, I would rather Jon just died. I would rather the dragon ate him or some shit. And being that he's the last living Targaryen, you guys are talking about the fact that enough noble families have died. And you're literally ending a line of the Targaryens. Like, the Lannisters, they only have Tyrion left. The Stark name only has Bran left, and he can't fucking reproduce. I mean, can't bleep and reproduce, because he's a cripple. Targaryens only have Jon left. Samuel Tarly. Yeah, Sam is the only one left in the Tarlys that can that has the last name, which he's reproducing. Who else is there? The Greyjoys. Yara is the only one left. Tyrells are wiped off the map. What's another noble? The bridge people. They are wiped off the map. I don't care. Sansa's cousin was there. He's the last of his line. Even though he was a creeper. But then he came back as a stud, and I didn't understand it. But I guess he became healthy, you know, after he started having normal social interaction and learned how to be a man. I say that like I, you know, swing a sword around and murder people and shoot arrows at people and stuff like that. But, you know, it is what it is. Haven't started watching House of the Dragon yet. It looks really good, though. Promising. And you know how it ends. All the Targaryens die, pretty much. I thought it was cool that Jon was a Targaryen then. In that, like, his dad, or, what's his name? Ned Stark just took him in as his bastard, even though he's literally a noble child, because he knew that Robert would kill him. And Robert's rebellion was a piece of bullshit. Oh, that didn't. Piece of bullshit, sorry. And if that popped really loud, I'm, again, sorry. Because, Aegon, but also aka Jon, was a legitimate child of Rhaegar Targaryen. I don't know why I can remember all this stuff really well. Because, like, I've corrected my dad multiple times. He's like, yeah, this isn't. I'm like, no, you're wrong. But granted, he watched it earlier than I did. I kind of wish I would have watched it all when it originally came out and had all that hype. But you know, it is what it is. Let's think here. Yeah, I'm excited for Thanksgiving. I don't know why. You know, other than the fact there's good food, but I'm actually kind of excited for, like, you know, family gathering together and all kinds of stuff like that. I don't know. Holidays usually make me happy, and then after that, winter's just depressing. This Fortnite season's really good. Not the same as the original seasons where, you know, there was, like, the game was fun to play, the challenges were easy and fun to do, and then on top of that you had the storyline. Like, that was money. Let's see here. I've only been doing this for 26 minutes. It feels like I've been doing it for an hour already. I hope my phone's not dying. Yeah, it should be alright. I hope you guys have been doing good, though. Again, I'm sorry about not uploading. I need to get back on a more set schedule. Try and do it on Mondays or do it on Friday. Whatever schedule I was doing, I need to get back to try doing that. Was that even English? I think I just had a stroke. I don't know why, but I've been kind of interested in, like, going to a school, and don't take that out of context. But going, like, I know my one teacher at the high school, she was like the career pathways teacher, and we did resume stuff, and I'd like to go back and, like, kind of talk to the kids about resumes and like, in an interview that you can negotiate, and like, different things that are important from a person that, like, I just worked on my resume again just because I didn't want to have to update it all next time I'm looking for something, you know. Hurricane happened, but anyways, I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I'd like to do that. I don't know why, it just seems like it'd be fun. I know the creative media teacher at the high school also wanted me to come in to talk about the podcast. His episode's not up anymore. He asked me to take it down, but just if you guys are curious, Braden Coulter, for those of you that have been listening for a while, I interviewed him back, I think it was like mid to late March. He was a ride-along cop you're doing ride-alongs at the time. He's in the police academy now, or getting into it. So keep him in your thoughts. Wish him luck for that. Hope it all goes well. But yeah, the hurricane, that was some crazy stuff. You could tell that it hit Myrtle Beach when we were down there. We got down there like the week after. There was a lot of trees down. A bunch of places were closed and had some damages. But in Florida, it was pretty bad. I saw a bunch of random videos. Not random, but of like the storm surge and stuff, and that shit was crazy. My uncle who lives down there had some minor roof damage, and that must be somebody going to the restroom. Some minor roof damage and some trees and bushes that were pretty messed up. My grandma has I think it's like a double wide, a mile from the beach in Venice, unscathed. We don't know how. We don't know what saved it. My buddy Al from work, the plumber, has been doing it for like 45 years. Has a house down there, and he made it out unscathed, it sounds like, so that's good. I hope that everybody has power again soon and is at peace with whatever happened. It's kind of what you get for also living in a hurricane state. But it is what it is. I guess we have to deal with tornadoes up here and cold weather. And Ohio's just a shithole sometimes. I'd really love to just live on in a beach town. It's just so much more relaxed. I find myself being pretty happy when I'm in a beach town. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I got brake checked this morning and it was bullshit. It made me mad. I wasn't that close to this person and they brake checked me. And because I was trying to pass, it's like 6:50 in the morning. I'm on Route 30 going 79 miles per hour. And I'm pulling up to this person because I'm going to try and get up to them and turn into the right lane and pass them in the right lane because they're going slow. And they brake check me and then speed up. I'm like, you unkind person. So I went into my buddy Caleb's office, and he has a frick around and a find out chart, and I put that bitch at 7 out of 7. They only have it up to 7 for some reason. I don't know why. And I wrote Jared made this graph and or marked it for today. And then I had to explain myself later on. And they were like, yeah. And that was because I was tired. They did it in the morning, and it just made my day go downhill immediately. So I was in a bad mood for the morning. Didn't end up being a bad day though. Didn't necessarily. I would rather have been busy doing other things in the afternoon. We just worked at the shop, but ran some pecs. Helped a little bit install a sink really quick, or a faucet for a sink. I've definitely learned a lot plumbing wise. I can run pecs like it's my job. I'm not saying I'm great at it. I might not run it in the best way possible, but I'm getting better at it. Ran some ABS pipe, run some duct work. Electrical is a lot easier is what I found. You just got to make sure you're running the right wire to the right place. Changed out some breakers this morning. That was sketchy. And then while I was putting it in, I don't know if I can actually talk about this, but I'm going to. I was putting the cover back onto the breaker box. And these screws went in, like there was the bottom of the box, and then there was like a little channel for the screws to go into, and it was just like a tunnel almost. And so you thread the screw through, and it goes into the box. And unbeknownst to me, a wire was sitting right on the edge, and then I tripped a breaker because I ran through the insulation on the wire, so that wasn't good. So I just kind of chopped it where the insulation was torn, stripped it, and then put it in the breaker. So that was, an easy fix, but it's a pain in the butt. What actually just scared the heck out of me, because if I would have been touching the metal end of my screwdriver, it would have lit me up. I spent like my whole afternoon just trying to find a breaker to turn off live wire. We never found it. Dave just ended up wiring it hot. I'm trying to think of some other stuff I can talk about here. I was kind of being serious when I said I hope that shit goes south and then I can just live off the land with my fam. I mean, I guess that makes it harder to find ladies, but it also makes me more desirable. I say that like I'm not. I don't really know. I didn't really have that kind of gratification in high school. Like, there was girls that would be like, "Ayo, think you're cute," or like, "I have a crush on you," or whatever, and I wasn't really, I don't know, just wasn't into them, like, more than a friend. It was one of those things where, like, you're the friend that the other person likes, and you're like, this is painful. I was just trying to be, like, I was just giving you attention because I saw you as a friend. Like, making people laugh gratifies me. So I ran into that a decent amount. So yeah, I don't even know where to start. Like, I've talked to a couple people about that, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know where to start looking to talk to ladies again, because I'm kind of against dating apps. I don't know why, I just am. And I don't have any outlet to find new people, because I'm not really a bar goer. I don't drink. Wayne County is just not prime real estate, if that doesn't sound awful. I'm really making myself out to be a misogynist here. Maybe I don't want to be a misogynist, guys. Maybe I want to be a massage therapist, electrician, plumtrician, massage therapist, drywaller, forklift certified, COVID survivor ×2, wisdom toothless, longboarding gentleman. That's my title now. Podcast host on the end of that. Gentleman podcast host. Isn't it kind of crazy that when you're a kid, you just take word, like, anything that sounds cool, and then put it in front of your name? Or, like, put it in front of something. And that's a Theo Von bit, and I am sorry, Theo. It's, he's talking about... Actually, no, I'm not going to oust that. That's his thing, even though it's on the special now. But, like, it's the joke, or the line was, like, Nick, the sexy rapper. If you want to be something, you were a rapper. I don't remember what it was for us when we were kids. When I was a kid, I guess now it'd probably be like Jimmy, the creative YouTuber. That sounds lame as hell, but something like that. It'd be really dumb. But little did I know, like, I'd have people that wanted to listen to me talk. Like, I know the dream was to do YouTube, and I did have YouTube, and I uploaded a video. I saw some dude do he was a garage YouTuber. I was like, yo, I could do that. So I tried doing that about my truck. It had decent views, but I never uploaded a second video. So far so good on this one. Getting a third video here. My wrist is really itchy, and I'm itching it with my foot for those video listeners. I feel like my cognitive ability has gone down since I've been out of school. Like, I'm definitely dumber. Like, I couldn't do the math without a refresher. My ability to speak, straight downhill. I don't know if that's because I didn't talk to anybody for 9 months at Weaver Leather. I guess it was more like 11 months. Because the month after I left, or the month before I left, was my 1 year. Yeah, it was 11 months. Damn. But yeah, like, I definitely have moments of just being blank and not being able to remember words and form sentences properly. Part of the reason right now is because I'm stuffy, but the whole shelf thing earlier was definitely just trying to be a bit. But I struggle with it. It's crazy. I could be like, the thing. The other day, when was that? Where were we? It was Tuesday. There's we call them nipples, but they're for like showers and stuff, and so you screw them in. And the student grabbed me. He's like, "Yeah, it's a big nipple." And I was like, he's like, "It's more like a cow nipple." And I was like, "You mean an udder?" And then somebody was like, "Oh, you mean a teat?" And I was like, "Shit." Like, I don't know if it's word association or what it is, but it's just gone down the shitter. And I feel dumb about it. Like, my language has gone down. But, like, granted, I'm not using big words. Like, big word. It's really embarrassing. I don't even know. I can't think of it. Or arthropod, even though that's or science. I almost said Spanish for science. Yeah, kids, if you're gonna try and figure out a way to keep your speech coherent, if you don't go to college, like, and you're not using English at all, especially if you want to be a podcaster, I find that that's probably a big deal to, be able to form sentences. I'm definitely going to keep trying to advertise with Reels. That was working out for me before I stopped. Going to try and get some new faces on here, repeats with some old. I know Todd wants to come back on at some point. Mason and Alex are always welcome on this podcast. Trying to think who else. Dylan said he wanted to come back. I'm going to have to reach out to him and see when that he wants that to be. I know Nate wanted to come on. I need to talk to Nate. It's been a minute. I need to reach out to Trevor Warner. I know I said that a long time ago, but I want to get him and Preston Snyder and P. Mill on at some point. Preston Blair. I'm sorry, Preston. I correct myself even when you're not here. Because you gotta think, we called you Blair forever. We called him Blair or Snyder. Especially after like P. Mill kind of came into the group. It's like, "Hey, yo, Snyder," and then he'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" A couple weeks ago, went to the demo derby. That was cool. The teacher that I was talking about, the career pathways one, me and my brother were sitting there, and she's like, "Hammer," and then me and my brother both looked, and she chuckled and was like, "Ah," they both looked. So that was kind of cool. He has the same nickname I did, even though it's our last name. So of course he's gonna have the same nickname. I'm gonna talk about longboards again. I'm thinking about. So there was like a Sector 9 board I wanted called. It was a deck. Now I think I was gonna rebuild or build the board then again. What was it called? Ohana Offshore, and it had a skeleton on it. She was a skeleton hula girl. I thought it was awesome. Now that I'm looking at it again, it's like, it's okay. I'm thinking if I'm gonna get one more board, I'm gonna get a globe. It's something cutthroat, but it's got like a bronze strip down the center and like some cool designs, and it's got a really pretty stained clear grip tape deck with some cool wood grain on it, so that's cool. So it's just a matter of when I have the money for that. I definitely need to start saving again now that I blew through a bunch of money for Myrtle. I need to get a house. That's really hard. Like, if you're not going to college, you need to start looking for that kind of stuff. I'm grateful that my parents didn't just kick me out or start charging me rent, because I don't know what I would have done. I would have had to figure something out, find some place to rent. And at the time, I would, like, my buddy Todd, he's like, if we can find a place to rent together, that'd be money. And I'm like, well, at the moment, I don't have to pay rent, so I'm not going to. He's like, all right, I get that. But, like, I wouldn't have known Todd if they would have kicked me out right away. And that wouldn't have been an option to, like, share rent with somebody, and I wouldn't have had anybody else to do it with. So. But for now, I'm just going to stay at home because I don't have to pay rent. I could see them starting soon, and I really hope they don't. But I think it probably helps that they know that I don't want to stay here forever, and I want to get my own place, and that I'm paying for my own stuff, like my phone. I'll let them use my HBO, Spotify, my car, my own gas. I was doing that for a while, and all kinds of stuff like that. surprisingly, so Karen has dual like 16-gallon tanks, and it's only like $100 to fill up both on premium. And I'm just like, what? So that's really not confusing, but it's actually a blessing in disguise. It's very nice. Why is the sun setting so? Oh, that's the sunrise. The sun's down already. So why is the sun setting so late? I changed my watch face, and I put it to show me when the sunrise and the sunset is, and it's really nice. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go like blow my nose, and hopefully Mom's home soon. She said she's gonna grab some Jersey Mike's, better than the Subway every day, or not Subway. I mean, it's not hard to beat Subway, but Penn Station. Me and Mason have that debate every time. I prefer Jersey Mike's over Penn Station. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor. Gonna try uploading once a week again. Not try, I need to do it. This will be uploaded on YouTube as well. I'll have another episode on Saturday. I'm definitely recording then. This episode's going to go live tonight. Today is Thursday, October 13th. The other episode will go live on Monday. And then I'll get another one for the week after that, whether it's me by myself or if it's with a person. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will chat with you guys. For you, it'll be next Monday after you listen to this episode. But yeah, so I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Well, for you video guys, you get that couple extra seconds. I really appreciate you guys listening, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You can catch it tonight as well, I hope. I'm going to try uploading it. So yeah, I'll chat with you guys later.